2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away at Wells Fargo Center, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And we all know that DeMar DeRozan is an incredible scorer. But one of the big reasons why he's so good often gets overlooked. It's his footwork. Some would say it's the best in the game at his position.
Yeah, he can protect the ball and create space. I know you guys saying this is not a word. His feet work.
It's footwork.
Feet work is amazing.
Okay.
Foot is one. Feet. Yeah, feet. And both of his feet go to work
together.
Well, tell me this. If you have great hand-eye coordination, is it great hands-eyes coordination?
Yes.
No, it's great hand-eye coordination.
No, it's hands-eyes.
Kenny, please,
I'm
take
speechless.
my side.
I'm speechless.
Take my
because,
side.
You know, first of all, he has a great step-through move. That's what really, and he gets to the rim. He's always in control.
And he hits tough shots.
He hits tough shots. And I always say this, Ernie, if you know, he plays chest to chest, so he plays chesses to chesses.
Chesses to chesses.
I have a question for the panel.
What is your question?
One goose is what?
Geese.
One goose is a
What's
goose.
a goose?
And more than one goose is?
Geese.
Geese.
All right, one moose is a what?
Moose.
Moose.
More than one moose. Meese. Thank you very much.
It's not meese. It's not meese.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Goose, geese, moose, meese.
Footwork, feet work.
Same thing.
Chesses.
Hands-eyes coordination.
Same thing, Ernie.
Man.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. It's the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan hit free agency in the summer of 2016, not only did he not meet with any other team than the Raptors, he didn't want to meet with any other team. He said, I am Toronto. Outside of where I'm from, I represent this city harder than anybody. Toronto is all I've known. I came in at 19, and I've treated it like home ever since then. Kevin?
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul. Clark, good rebounding teams tonight. What makes these teams so strong, so reliable on the glass?
Well, initially it starts with good, solid defense because you're in better rebounding position when your defense isn't spread out and rotating. And then you locate players, box them out, master those basic fundamentals. And then the other thing is you pursue the ball. I mean, when it comes down to it, rebounding is about positioning and going after the ball.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Anunoby in at the 3.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Pass to Valanciunas. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Embiid. And the layup's good off the glass. And here are the 76ers now. 4-point game. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Now here's Saric following the miss by Kyle Lowry.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
The pass to Valanciunas. Left side, DeRozan. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game. Don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless.
Now here's Fultz. A 20-point game for him in the win against Boston. 6 on the shot clock. Covington kicks to Fultz. The offensive rebound. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. It's Saric, top of the key. It's another look. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Screened by Valanciunas. Outside DeRozan. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. Getting around 12 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's Simmons. Up again. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Raptors leading by 4. Here's Anunoby. Got it. Good job in the low post. Anunoby's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling.
Oh, man.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
That unleashed chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Screened by Ibaka. DeRozan. That's good. DeRozan's got 6.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Ibaka. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Simmons. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Oh, I tell you, how about the passion of Simmons? I mean, just sticking with it on the glass.
Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Raptors leading by 6. Valanciunas with a screen on Simmons. Embiid with the steal. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line.
I tell you what, when Simmons is taking it strong to the rack, he's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. This far into the schedule, we have several teams looking to turn things around and save their season. Clark, when you think about that, what's the best mindset those teams can have?
You know, I think it's a combination mindset, Kevin. One is to keep your eye on the big picture. What can we become? Who are we? What are our habits? Are we doing the things we need to do to give ourselves the best chance? And then the attention to detail. I think those 2 things have to be lockstep. The big picture in mind, and then attention to detail.
Now here's DeRozan. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Golden State.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Embiid the screen, and Simmons kicks to Fultz. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Over DeRozan. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's good, 2 points.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, you know, it's early for sure, but still, they're flat out owning this team right now.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Anunoby. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork, helped this guy live at the line.
And the first one drops.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And the previous Sixers front office, distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and, you know, acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way.
Here's Fultz. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Screen by Saric. Fultz kicks to Saric. He feeds it to Simmons. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And here's DeRozan. 10 points for him. Here's Anunoby. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Anunoby's got 9 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Saric has the open look. Embiid. That one misses. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
And Toronto has possession. The 76ers getting the bucket. Valanciunas passes to DeRozan. He kicks it to Ibaka. 5 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And the 76ers call time here. Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played in. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Passes to Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
Bjelica with the bucket. Here's Van Vliet. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Dishes to Pirtle. They set the pick. Kicks to Miles. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the 76ers.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
The 76ers trail by 14. Holmes, that's a screen. Outside, Redick. Up top, Holmes. Chandler outside. Shoots over Miles. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Bjelica. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Now the pass to Van Vliet. Right outside. He dishes it to Miles. Pirtle with the ball. Holmes on him. Kept alive. Goes back up. Pirtle's shot is off. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That is his first foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Redick.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets to try to build some confidence and some momentum.
Here's Van Vliet. The feed to Miles. Shot clock at 5. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Raptors lead by 16.
Boy, Miles covers a lot of ground in no time. He's got a nice long stride. He's a quick-footed player who's not afraid to take it to the rack on guys.
Now, here's McConnell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Now the dish to Chandler. Got a piece of it. Wright against Redick. And Wright gets it to go on the assist from Miles.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Holmes. That's tipped. Up top right. He's covered by McConnell. Miles the pass to Siakam. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 18. Now McConnell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Bjelica kicks to Chandler. Swiped it away.
They need to start taking care of the basketball. Careless play since the opening tip.
Have to make the simple play. I mean, already they've got 4 turnovers, and it's still early.
Pirtle kicks to Siakam. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now here's McConnell. The shot by Chandler wide open. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Chandler's got himself on the board with 3 there. And so it's Toronto feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and having gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, T.J. McConnell is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Bielitsa in at the 4 spot. Here's McConnell. The Raptors knocking down the tray. Takes the 13-footer. Chandler, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Holmes, that's a screen. Outside, Redick. Feeds it to Chandler. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, Greg, you look at Wilson Chandler, and he is just perfect for coming off the bench.
And Chandler can be a bit of a streaky player, which is why he shifts between a starter and a 6th man. But he's fearless with the ball on the offensive end, and you can always count on him to kind of provide you with a spark.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Here's Redick after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Siakam misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
DeRozan against Redick. McConnell with it. Pass to Holmes. The floater. It's deflected.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Miles. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
Timeout called, the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 10-1 run. Here's Valanciunas, and Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. DeRozan brings the double team. Here's Fultz. Got a hand on it.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Anunoby. Here's Valanciunas. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Simmons dishes to Saric. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Valanciunas hits them both.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Now here's Simmons. 9 points in the game so far. The rebound by Ibaka.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Toronto shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And the first one drops. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever. Documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high schooler.
Lowry against Simmons. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Volts kicks to Saric to the paint, and Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, guys, I tell you, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to launch and lift like that.
Now here's Lowry. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Golden State.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
And DeRozan sends it back.
It's just one of those games for him so far. Nothing seems to be finding the bottom of the net.
Valanciunas with a screen on Simmons. Lowry passes to Ibaka. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Fultz. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on DeRozan.
Boy, the speed of Fultz. You love that. Excellent at getting to the rim and drawing the foul.
And rarely do you see a team trade out of the first overall pick, but that's exactly what the Celtics did with Fultz. Sixers jumped on the chance to move up, and Fultz matched exactly what they wanted to add to this team.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Fultz. And you know, Greg, for the trade, it wasn't so much a critique of Fultz.
You know, Boston had a playmaker already, and they might not have taken Fultz if they stayed in the #1 spot. And listen, the Sixers were in desperate need of a lead guard, and they got a franchise caliber one in Fultz.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
Now here's DeRozan. 12 points for him. Tries it from 9, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's stolen by Lowry. Passes it to DeRozan. Free throw line jump shot. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Lowry against Simmons. He feeds it to Covington. Screened by Saric. Covington dishes to Embiid. And the shot goes down.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And that one, good. 16 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Anunoby. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Raptors.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
He doesn't get the second one. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and that rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons. And you want to talk about high-volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
Now here's Fultz. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Saric, 6 to shoot. Back to Covington. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Embiid throws it down.
Boy, I like the edge that Embiid plays with. Great at recognizing when he's clear to throw it down on you.
Screened by Valanciunas. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Screened by Saric. Here's Embiid, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
Covington against DeRozan. 11 feet away. He can't get that one, and Toronto will go the other way with it.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And so here is Philadelphia. The Raptors knocking down the tray. Saric passes to Fultz. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the Sixers, Clark, this summer traded away a pick to move up and take Markelle Fultz. But still, they have a surplus of draft picks in the pipeline.
Great young talent, no doubt, guys, with more on the horizon. You know what? They've got a wealth of assets that should transform this Sixers team over the next few seasons.
Two shots.
The first one falls.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Embiid. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. J.J. Redick's checked in for Fultz. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
Now here's Saric. He has 6. They grab their own miss, and it's good, 2 points. And that's now 6 points for Wilson Chandler.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance. Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
And when you look at the Sixers, Clark, that very young roster, how soon do you think it'll all come together?
Well, they've got a lot of good pieces, particularly with the superstar potential of Embiid and Simmons, if they're able to stay healthy. The playoffs might not be too far away. As far as contending for a title, way too early to project that.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
And the 76ers making a change here. Ielitz is checked in. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way, when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
Now, here's McConnell. Stolen by Miles. And they're pushing it up. Count that one from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 10.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Philadelphia's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. For the 3, Chandler. That doesn't go either for Chandler.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. In the corner, right with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 8.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Holmes, that's a screen. McConnell. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the Toronto Raptors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Tonight isn't an exception, as looking back at his last few games, he's been stringing together some incredible performances. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What impressed me and continues to impress me is how much DeRozan has improved. A volume shooter who maintains efficiency with a high free throw rate and tremendous in isolation. Not many guys can stop him one-on-one, and we saw that in the first half.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Downtown Philadelphia, as seen from high above. Welcome back to the Cradle of Liberty, as we like to call it here on 2K, here in eastern Pennsylvania. And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Lowry and DeRozan are the 1 and the 2. They create so much offense. Anunoby the 3 with Ibaka playing the 4. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here is Lowry after Ben Simmons' miss. And here's Covington. He kicks it to Saric. Over Ibaka. The shot by Saric, no good. DeRozan dishes to Valanciunas. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Ibaka. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Serge Ibaka. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, a pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
Ibaka hits both of them.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 2008. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
The 76ers again can't hit it.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Raptors have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. So he comes up empty at the line.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel the centerpiece to their defense. That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Screened by Valanciunas. And Ibaka kicks to Valanciunas. Ibaka with the ball. Now guarded by Saric. Here's Anunoby. Misses the three. 76ers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Ibaka, no luck.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. It's not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
The 76ers shooting around 29% from the floor. A tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Embiid with the screen on DeRozan. Fultz, no good. Toronto's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Anunoby, good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Anunoby's got 13 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Saric. 6 points for him. Again, the miss by Saric. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Embiid with the steal. Now here's Fultz. DeRozan defending, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here are the 76ers now. To the inside, and slam dunk by Saric.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Lowry passes to Anunoby. To the inside. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Nailed from three-point land. 8 points for him.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Lowry against Simmons. Dishes it to Fultz. 11 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
You know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean, showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
Kicks it to DeRozan. It's stolen by DeRozan. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Simmons. He's got 11. Out left to the wing. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
DeRozan passes to Lowry. And it's blocked.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
That shot off.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points. He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Pass to Saric. Back to Simmons. The pass to Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
Excellent awareness from Embiid, sensing an opportunity to shoot and taking advantage of it.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. He dishes it to Valanciunas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Fultz.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
That one is off. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Embiid. And he can't hit the second.
And only about 60% from the line for the game. They shot it better in that first half, but have fallen apart here in the second half. And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
It's tipped. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Markelle Fultz.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Bielitsa, he checks in for Šarić, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Simmons.
One shot.
And then for Toronto, Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's C.J. Miles in for Anunoby. The free throw dropped for DeRozan.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 12, and that one good. Holmes got his first points in this one. The Raptors have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Outside DeRozan, and stolen by Redick. And here we go. Fultz heading to the basket, and finished off by Fultz.
Boy, he does not take any possessions off, Kevin. None. I mean, gotta give Fultz a lot of credit. Great at keeping his hands active on defense.
Now here's DeRozan. 23 points in the game. Screen by Ibaka. Redick against Lowry. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
And they did win that last game in this matchup, and it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Holmes, good.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Toronto's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Miles with a screen on Redick. Screen by Ibaka. DeRozan dishes to Poeltl. Now the feed to Lowry. Pass to Miles. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. Ibaka. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too.
Two shots.
I mean, they've really run the break well.
The free throw drops from Ibaka. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Philadelphia. T.J. McConnell comes in for Fultz. The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka hits both of them. And Brett Brown wants a timeout. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear, because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
For Philadelphia, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. And the Raptors with the ball. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. There's a screen. Siakam passes to Miles. A wide open look here for Wright. Rebounded by Holmes. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Chandler kicks to Holmes. Back to Chandler. The dish now to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Off the pick. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds in the game. Miles the pass to Siakam. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
Holmes, that's a screen. McConnell kicks to Redick. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Wright dishes to Miles. No good from outside. And the 76ers shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Chandler outside. Takes the 13-footer. Hits some rim on the way in. And the bucket's good. Holmes got 6.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Feeds to Miles. Pass to Wright. Here's Siakam. Uncovered. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
For Philadelphia, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
One shot.
Raptors leading by 22. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 10. There's the pick. Right against Redick. 6 to shoot. Here's Miles. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
Well, he knew he was going to get called for that one. I mean, that was simple. You can't use the guy in front of you as a stepping stool.
That free throw, no good. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Raptors leading by 22. Right outside, out to the right wing. Here's Pirtle, and the layup's good off the glass. Pirtle's got his first 2 points.
Really amazing body control by Pirtle, just taking the hit head on and finishing through the contact. I love it.
Pass to Bielitsa. Miles against Chandler. Back to Bielitsa. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Bielitsa's got 9. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Van Vliet. 10 points for him. Now Miles. And stolen by Redick. That's tipped.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Now, here's McConnell. There's the pick. There's the pass to Bielitsa. He feeds it to Chandler. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And Bielitsa has it in the corner. Bertle with the double team. And here's Chandler from the arc. Sinks the triple. He's got 9.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Here's Van Vliet. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Raptors running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged at the other end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. We've got Joel Embiid. Saric is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Redick in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Saric. Tries from 10, and off the glass. That one's good. And Toronto has possession. Here's Van Vliet. He kicks to Miles. Pass to Siakam. Miles against Chandler. And it's Miles missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
The shot by McConnell, no good. Toronto shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Right outside. Miles dishes to Valanciunas. Out to the wing. Right for 3. Another shot. Here's Siakam. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And his eyes got wide once he got the ball inside. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
McConnell kicks to Redick. Saric outside. Embiid sets the pick for Chandler. Redick for 3. Valanciunas grabs the board.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Clark, the current era is so connected to fans through social media. Just how much has that changed the NBA, do you think?
Well, I don't think it's just changed the NBA. It's changed our society and culture at large, and it's here to stay. I just like to see people productively and fruitfully use social media. And I would like to see less of the vitriol and hatred that is afforded for people to hide behind with their negative comments.
And here are the 76ers now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Miles against Chandler. Now here's McConnell. Tight defense on him. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Raptors have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Right outside. Connects from 3-point range.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, you know what, Greg? To me, it looks like they've packed it in and just kind of given up.
Now here's Redick. Chandler the pass to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Redick dishes to Saric to stop the run. Another miss by Philadelphia.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Siakam. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Van Vliet. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. McConnell kicks to Redick. Dishes it to Chandler. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Here's Van Vliet. Over to the wing. Redick against Wright. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Saric. By himself, and slam dunk by Saric.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Here's Van Vliet. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Wright dishes to Valanciunas. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Chandler. Chandler's got 6 assists in the game. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Van Vliet passes to Valanciunas. Kicks it to Wright. Pass to Van Vliet. Clock at 6. Here's Valanciunas. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
76ers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Screen by Saric. Well, we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you play, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60–70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more of the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So I'd say it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. Anderson comes in for Wilson Chandler. Fultz, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Jared Bayless subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Now here's Fultz. Johnson kicks to Saric. And it's in there.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
The Raptors have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And Ibaka kicks to Powell. Screen by Ibaka. Lowry from outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The feed now to Bayless. He dishes it to Fultz. Pass to Johnson. Left side, Saric. He kicks to Fultz. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. In the corner, Powell with it. And again, no good by Toronto. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, the good news, though, is they've already got the win wrapped up. He might as well sit back and enjoy this one.
The Raptors making a switch here. Siakam's checked in. Now here's Bayless. Lowry covering. Bayless dishes to Johnson. Back to Bayless. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And Johnson now top of the key. Screen by Sharch. 4 on the clock. That one off the back iron and out. The Raptors shooting it well here in the 4th quarter. 50%. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Fultz. And the dunk by Nogueira.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Fultz kicks to Sharch. From 13, they get it again. In Toronto, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Outside Lowry. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Kevin, that's a nice display of patience inside from Lowry. Didn't rush his shot, takes his time, and really does a nice job sinking these high percentage looks.
And a lot of speculation, Greg, this past summer for where Kyle Lowry would end up. Ultimately, he decides to stay with Toronto.
Yeah, you know, Lowry visited other teams, but felt he had unfinished business in Toronto and teams up with DeRozan so well. Just a great fit for both sides when you look at it.
One shot, gentlemen.
Lowry no good on that one. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
Offensive rebound. Johnson lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
You know, you look at Johnson, he's in that upper echelon when you talk about offensive rebounders, so you've got to account for him.
Up top, Powell. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top heavy in terms of championship contenders, but that won't last forever. And there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
Now here's Fultz. And a miss there on the triple. Now here's Powell. Guarded closer. Siakam passes to Powell. Lays it up off the glass.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Philadelphia has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Sharch with the screen for Fultz. Anderson against Richardson. And Anderson kicks to Sharch. Over Nogueira. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Toronto's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Sharch grabs the board. Sharch has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Bielitsa, he checks in for the 76ers. And Toronto also making a switch. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Now here's Bayless. Now the dish to Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Fires top of the key. Toronto grabs the miss.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Toronto.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And Greg, I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DeMar DeRozan.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
Outside Lowry. Feeds to Nogueira. Misses from close range.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You gotta protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The free throw drops for Powell. Both shots good from the stripe. 8 seconds left in the fourth. Bayless with it. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, even if it's on the defensive end, we're just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.